What's going on, guys? As you can see, I've built the left side of our stadium. It is now complete, and all that's left to do is do the right side, and we will be completely finished with the outside of our stadium. That is other than the large basketball arena that I've already started to mark out a little bit. But essentially this video, I've built this side. I'm just going to build this side now on video so you can see exactly how I did it. So let's jump right in. So the first thing we want to do is build this building right here. I centered that building, although it's slightly off-centered in the actual stadium. I centered the building, and when I measured it, it turns out to be about 33 blocks wide. This is the building we're building. The building we're building, okay. So this is the structure that we are building. It's 34 blocks wide, or 33 blocks wide, so I'm going to center it and do 16 and 16. It also appears to go right around 1 block past the arc that we've been building. So simply 16 to 16 is there. And the building almost lines up with that, you can tell on the map, and it's about 7 blocks wide. It's really hard to measure this kind of stuff too. I wanted to show that. When you're measuring on Google Maps, you'll see the little dot will go down and up as you put it in. See how it goes up right there? It's a good indicator to let you know that you're actually measuring the top of the building instead of the ground beneath it. So it goes up right there, and I put the dot right there. Now when I move it around, the dots don't significantly vary. You can see it's 18 feet, by the way. It's about 6 blocks. I think we made it 7 on the other side. We'll make sure because it's almost close to the even with the front of this building, maybe one recessed. But regardless, if this was not on there, if it was like that, let's say measuring the floor, it might look the same from up here. But when I move it around, I'm easily able to tell that I'm not actually measuring the building. So it's 18 feet, which is 6 blocks, but I think we made it 7 over here. That one was, in fact, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know that this one has... this will actually be built out of sandstone. I hate when I do that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. But we'll just cut all the sandstone lines in. And we got 1, 2 smooth sandstone and 1 chiseled sandstone. So we can go ahead and fill these in. Perfect. Now we can fill the roof in. This works out to have 11 even spacing for the 2 brick things that goes in between them. The gaps are 11, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and on the 12th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11 on the 12th. Oh, I might have measured this wrong. And 11, 12, yeah. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. So 11 gaps, so we'll just run these down. So we're going to build a little bit of a new pattern here. As we know, the press boxes only have 1 level at this point forward. On the other side, they have 3 levels. You can see that that's over here. They've got 1, 2, 3 levels, and then an empty glass level. This time we're going to have 1 level. So let me show you what that looks like. Looks more like this. You see the difference between that one and that one. So what we're going to do is this line roughly just carries across. So that's what we're going to go with. What we did on the other side, that's this line. We said that that middle line carries across. So what we kind of did on the other side, let's get some glass here. Place that for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we know that this line is going to be used. We actually went one up with it like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That. So 4 panes of glass. And once again, we have to follow the pattern. It gets a little harder down there. And as simple as that, we've made Minecraft look like this little section right here. So there's also these 3 white sandstone block or bars that come across. Now I did a lot of experimentation with these. We're gonna get to the other side real quick. I did a lot of experimentation with these 3 bars, and I settled on these heights based on a number of pictures that I looked at. This was a trial and error process. 32, 25, and 18. So that's what we'll do over here. So we've got 32. Get right under that one too. 25 and 18. Alright, so that's perfect. Now we've got the shell of this building built. We've got that built. Now, of course, you've seen me design this building 100 times. I cut the stripes in the same place as I do on all the other ones. The only difference with this one was I offset a little bit, and I'll show you what I did on the other side. So what I did to make it look more like the actual picture is I made these the same width as these, 12 wide, and then I offset the center 1 block. I think that looks more like the picture that you get. There's a little bit of offset in this area. I'm trying to reflect. So I'm not sure about this little section yet, but all the rest of that is pretty good. So we're just going to build this over there. Okay, so you guys have seen me do something similar along those lines a lot now. So we've striped the building up. We got this built. The last little piece is to build this centerpiece and this guy. This guy is a little bit more complicated. If you remember, if you go back to maybe episode 2 or 3, I was talking about doing this 5 by 1, and I said we might revisit it. We're going to revisit it, and this is why. I've built all of those in a 6 by 1, so along that slope. So it makes sense when you look at the picture here that if this is 6 by 1, then this has to be 6 by 1 because it's all one common slope. You can see there's no slope variation. It's pretty much a straight line. See that straight line that's right on top of it? I mean, so if these are 6 by 1, then everything's 6 by 1, especially the stands. So what we did here was we started right here, and I went ahead and cut these 6 by 1. We'll do that again here in a minute. I just want to illustrate what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then when we hit that, we went up. I believe up top we started the 6x1 again. I want to go make absolutely sure that these are symmetrical. I think we went 7 on one of these over here just for 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we went 7 on the second one because I wasn't sure about this one sticking out, whether I'd want to keep it or not. And if I retract it, then I have to retract everything. But if there's one that's 7, that's not killing. So 6. Maybe that one's 7 too. Better, because that would be that one. I'm going to make sure the coordinates that I'm going to turn on as well. 8590 is the last one. 590, great. So that one's actually 7 as well, for now. I might change that, but it's better to build in one extra one here. Then we get back to 6. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so on. We kind of see how that works. So what's going to happen is that's going to be the end of the building. I want to go out and make sure I get the exact right coordinate so they're symmetrical for the last building block to be placed on. That is 90, 120. So that's where we want to start. So we got one more here. That's where we want to start. 5. Okay, so we can take that 7 out. Perfect. So that's how it is. This one's on 90, 120. Go ahead and bring these in. Who knows? We've been doing these are 3 deep. So, brick on top. This is our outside wall. Okay. So for the next building, we know we've been building them like this. That's perfect. We've got the tops of our guy built. Oh, left a little bit out here. Alright, so now we'll execute some fill commands and get this built down to the bottom. So now all that's left is adding this little piece right here. This is a little bit, the gap between there is a little bit wider than there, so these are actually 13 gaps. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One there. One there, and this should be 13. 13, perfect. So what we're going to do now is just build what we built over there right here. Repeat the pattern. And then we'll come back and finish the roof up. So there's that completed. We need to add the beams going across. I believe it was 32, 25, 17. 32, 25, and 17. Oh, wait. Alright guys, so there's that. We're going to put a little bit of a floor in. We can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Make it look like it did over there. So we'll fill this to maybe 100. Super important you get that fill command correct. That could mess up your entire stadium. Okay, so that's how it's going to look. We put those gates in. That's trivial. I'll do that off stream. And then all we have to add is the roof now. It's also kind of trivial. Oh, and we got to add this little back part. So this comes in like this now. I believe there's a little building right there that I built. We'll get the exact measurements on it before we build it. So this can go as well as this. I used a solid line. So, okay, let's go get the measurements on this tiny building. Wow, look at all the buildings in. They look really nice. Okay, this tiny building is 6 long by 5 wide. That can be done. To get some black wool ready, because we got wool a bunch. Perfect. Alright, we'll worry about the rest of that a little bit later. Now we need to start putting the roof on. Okay, so the roof is pretty much finished. I've got to put some roofs in those, and this one, and then over that. Before I do that, I want to make this tiny little adjustment to the stand, and then we'll wrap up the video. We put this blue stuff down. Now we just need to make it a reality. First, I have to chop up this entire, everything outside of the blue line, essentially. Okay, we'll worry about that later. Right now, we can go ahead and do that. And this one, I started there and went 2 up. Where right there is, that's important. second set off of the baseline here. That will suffice for now, and yeah, we'll put the design elements in next time when we build the arena. I'm gonna show you how to build all of that. I'm gonna have a little bit of the arena built when we come back, and then I'll show you how to put the design elements in and build the arena. That's gonna be all the next video. Do the side. Let me finish this roof up and we'll wrap this video up. So that pretty much does it, guys. There's a few details I have to clean up, like put the gates in and maybe add some lighting, but I think I've got to add a floorboard or two in that press box. But other than that, it's just simple fill commands. If you tune in next time, we will be going over how to add the design elements down the open area, and we'll go over kind of building the shell of or the outside exterior of the IBA or basketball arena. I'm pretty happy with its progress, and we will probably have the entire exterior built, including the arena, at the conclusion of next episode. Hopefully, all the detailing done. So, pretty excited about that. And then we can start. Got to add some tunnels on the inside. We've got to build a lot of floors, and we have started experimenting down there with some of the. We're going to build the decks, stuff like that. As for now, that is all. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll tune in next time.